A New Jersey police officer will not face charges for punching a woman in the head during a controversial arrest that was caught on video. We all saw this. Widely shared cell phone footage shows one officer pinning down 20-year-old Emily Weinman as another hits her several times. The Cape May County Prosecutor's Office says the actions of the officer do not warrant criminal charges. Weinman, though, faces several charges, including assault, and she's now speaking publicly about this very unfortunate incident. David Begnaud sat down with her and her attorney last night for their first TV interview. David, I can't wait to hear what she has to say.
She was all too happy to talk. Came here to New York and said, ask me whatever you want to ask.
Okay.
So we did. Good morning. Emily Weinman does have a prior criminal history. She is currently on probation for misdemeanor simple assault in another jurisdiction. Look, she admits she's not perfect, but she says her action in this case was only human.
In my eyes, I'm not a criminal. I'm not a bad person.
Emily Weinman says she stands by her actions Memorial Day weekend after Wildwood, New Jersey police officers attempted to cite her for possessing alcohol at the beach.
How old are you?
I know that didn't come up positive.
Had you been drinking?
No, I wasn't.
And were any of the alcohol containers around you open?
No, they were sealed.
The 20-year-old Philadelphia woman willingly took 2 breathalyzer tests. Both came back negative.
I asked them, like, do you guys have anything better to do? There's so much stuff going on, you know, and you're trying to stop people from underage drinking, and you see I didn't drink. He was like, that's it. I was gonna let you go, but now I'm gonna write you up. I stayed calm, you know, a little attitude, but I mean.
Little attitude.
Just a little. I mean, it's not really, I didn't see a big issue.
Stephen Dick is Weinman's attorney.
He hadn't told her that she had committed any crime. He hadn't told her, I'm going to issue you a summons. He hadn't told her any of those things. And then he says, oh, you're about to get dropped.
Don't touch me!
You're about to get dropped.
Moments later, the officer's body camera shows him on top of Weinman.
They're choking me!
He then appears to hit her repeatedly. A bystander also caught the moment on their cell phone. The officer can later be heard on the body camera explaining his use of force.
She tried kicking at us, so we slammed her on the ground. She kicked him, and then I hit her a couple times.
The police are saying you resisted. So why not just stop and argue with them in court later?
It's impossible to answer that question, really.
Why is it impossible?
Because it's all happening in the moment.
Weinman is also charged with spitting at the officer.
It looks like you spit at the officer.
I got the sand in my mouth, so when he did smash my head into the ground, I had all this sand in my mouth. When they got me on my stomach, I turned around and went to go spit it out.
What's your reaction to the announcement the officers won't be charged?
They think that because they're cops, they could get away with it. And that's not the case. That's not right at all.
Do you feel like you owe the officers an apology?
Honestly, no, I don't. Like I said, I'm sorry that I'm very sorry that the situation happened, but I don't owe them an apology at all.
So when we wrapped up that interview, we called Weinman's, well, we actually talked to the attorney and then reached out to the police chief at Wildwood and also the mayor. They did not return our calls. Weinman is charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault on a police officer, spitting at an officer, disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, and being a minor in possession of alcohol. Look, guys, here's the deal. The attorney says, bottom line, she may not have acted in a way that we all like, but she didn't have to cooperate with the breathalyzer, and she didn't have to give her name. So the attorney says in the beginning, she was not being detained. She did this willingly, but didn't have to cooperate.
I'm still looking at Miss Emily, the spitting sand. I mean, all of it. It just looks bad. It just looks bad. It just seems like there was a way that everybody could have handled it better when you look at the tape. There's enough blame to go around on both sides.
The way where they were wailing on her, she wasn't exactly a bruiser.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks, David.